Good evening. Welcome to the school committee meeting of the Pioneer Valley Regional School District. It is July 17th. I am calling the meeting to order at 6:03. I want to remind everyone that this meeting is being recorded and that also public bodies are required to publicly review the executive session minutes to determine whether there's a continued non-disclosure is warranted for sets of minutes per open meeting law. There are 3 sets of minutes for fiscal year 25, which are not subject to public release. After I've reviewed those minutes and consulted with legal, they're still not subject to release. So we just have to publicly state that occasionally throughout the year. Are there any citizens' comments? Yes. If you could please state your name and where you're from.
Hi, my name is Sarah Kearns. I'm from Northfield.
Yep.
And
Close to you.
The microphone.
Super close to you.
okay. My name is Sarah Kearns,
thank
and
you.
I'm from Northfield. I'm on the Northfield Select Board,
Thank you.
and I was appointed at my request to be a liaison for the school board. So I wanted to offer myself as a resource to you guys, and also for the citizens of Northfield. If they don't feel comfortable bringing something forward, then I will bring it to you. Of course, I know that you guys are welcoming to everyone to come and say, but sometimes there are these boundaries, and I wanted to help get in the way of it. Also, or facilitate it, not get in the way of it. I see that our director of finance, or former director of finance and operations, Jordan Burns, is leaving or has left. And I just wanted to acknowledge, I was so impressed with him and the really kind of yeoman's work that he did, and made a lot of progress. And I know you guys are gonna, I see we have an interview today, and I'm sure you guys are gonna have lots of good opportunities to hire somebody wonderful and would do a great job. But not to take away from that, I just wanted to say I thought Jordan had done a great job.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah.
This is great.
Thank you.
Super great.
All right, so the first item on the agenda is the finalist interview with Taffy Bassett Fox. We will call Taffy up. Yep, Taffy, you can come. Okay. So we conducted we had a search committee, and I just want to take a moment to thank the school committee, or the search committee, for all of their hard work. And it was determined that Taffy is our finalist. So we have a set of 10 questions, final questions that we will ask Taffy tonight. I have them here. And I think what we'll do is we will just round robin them. So we'll start with Melissa, and then we'll go to Stephanie, myself, Gretchen. You don't want to see one?
No, I have.
Thank you so much.
I don't read them right.
You can read the questions.
Just, but I'm not asking.
You're not
No.
asking.
Right.
No, yeah. But
So I'm just
if
saying
you
that.
wanted to follow along. Yes. And then Stephen. Yes, thank you. And, oops. We need to do roll call. Sorry, because Raina is remote. Raina, no, I'm kidding. We are happy to have you join. So,
Throw it a wedge.
totally fine. Okay. Sorry about that. So let's go back and do roll call, please.
Melissa Osborne, present.
Stephanie Arroyo, present.
Gretchen Kelton here.
Stephen Martin as well.
Raina.
And Raina Dastu here.
And Melissa Yeri, present. Okay. Sorry, Taffy, sorry about that.
No problem. Gave me a moment.
Yes, a moment. Okay. All right. So without further ado, would you please start us off with the first question?
Sure. All right. So what are some of the unique challenges that you foresee and look forward to when leading the financial operations of a small rural regional school district?
Thank you. Can I take a moment, first of all, to thank you so much for bringing me here? I really appreciate it. It's been a wonderful opportunity, and the process has just been extremely professional and just Just wonderful. All right, question.
Thank you.
So I think for rural schools, one of the hardest things is limited resources. And we also have transportation is more expensive because we have a larger geographical area. For hiring, I think there's less people to choose from than there would be in a city. And our facilities are aging. I would, well, rural, regional. Anyway, I would look for ways to, I know that there's rural aid, and I would look to ways to help our district just to be able to get more out of transportation.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Happy, thank you for coming and for your interest in the position. This position is responsible not only for budget, but also our financial operations. What would be your plan for effective management of those operations?
Sure. This is really on the person, the people level. And it's important, it would be important for me in this position to make sure that offices are running efficiently, they're running accurately, that information is getting out to schools and to our populations, to our constituents. Basically, I'm thinking it really is just keeping a pulse on what the school is needing. I am a little nervous, so just give me a moment to breathe.
You're doing
It's okay.
very
It's
well.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Very friendly crowd, though. Anyway, so as far as effective management, certainly being involved in the day-to-day operations. We have two great people who work in the business office. They do great work.
Great. Thank you.
You? Sure. Go ahead. Taffy, I just want to say I was really excited to hear that you were one of the contenders. And if I may, when I interview people, which is very frequently, and they're nervous, I tell them that the fact that you're nervous means that it matters to you. So
100%.
use that as your confidence.
Thank you very
Yes, of
much,
course.
Gretchen. Thanks.
What is your experience overseeing district operations such as facilities, food services, transportation, and security?
So my experience overlooking them, I have not done that. However, I have been involved in facilities work at my old, 2 to 3 jobs. I was responsible for overseeing special education transportation, summer school transportation, working with van pool. As far as facilities go, oh my gosh, oil spill. Been involved with an oil spill and claims for that. I mean, basically, I just have strengths with people. And as far as overseeing operations, those skills are just transferable. They really are.
Thanks very much again. Thanks.
Hi.
Good to see you. So question 4 is, if you could please tell us about a serious financial crisis that you have been involved in during your career. What was that crisis? How were you involved? And how was the crisis resolved?
Sure. Oh, I have to think back to this. I don't want to. Anyway, it was very stressful. So in my, oh, thank you so much, Patricia. I appreciate it. Thank you, Mrs. Gary. So in the last district I worked in, the district is an umbrella district, and then it's composed of 5 school districts. So each school is its own school district, which means it has its own tax ID code, it has its own school committee. So I was responsible for accounts payable for the 5 schools. So for 2 regionals and 3 municipals. We had someone who was doing payroll, and we had another person in the office who was doing payroll. I'll make this short. Both people had to go out on leave immediately, and nobody was cross-trained.
Oh.
So we had a payroll due in 2 days, and we had no one who knew how to do it. So I worked with the business administrator. He was great. He created this incredible Excel database and got rid of paper timesheets and got people to feed into putting their time into Excel, basically. Somehow we got 10 payrolls done in 2 weeks, and we used a lot of resources with the company that oversees the database. And out of that, I created internal manuals for the office so that anybody stepping in could do accounts payable, could do payroll, knew how to do deduction checks. So, right, that's what I did to make the situation better. But boy, was it, it's trying.
I bet.
Thank you. So our administrative team is small, and we need every member to contribute in multiple ways. What are some cross-disciplinary strengths that you would contribute to our team?
Sure. So I see, my core strengths being I'm super organized, I'm smart, I was blessed with great executive functioning. I have strong critical thinking skills, and I get along with people. I really do. And I collaborate really well. So I think that because the team is small, we really need to have kind of all hands on deck. And so I'm not afraid of hard work, getting in there, working long hours, and just being here for other people to bounce ideas off of, being and collaborating with the team.
Thank you. Melissa, will you take 6?
A school principal comes to you in August with a proposal to spend $10,000 on musical instruments. While this expenditure was not accounted for in the budget, it is an excellent proposal that would result in significant cost savings to the district. How would you respond?
Well, the first thing I would say is great. Thank you for bringing this to us. Unfortunately, this was not in our budget. We are not a large school district. We can't usually just tack this on to an operating budget that we hadn't foreseen the expense. I would encourage the principal, to see if the quote could be secured for the next year. There's always sometimes grants that can, some creative financing, but all in all, I would ask if it could be worked into the next budget process.
Our district seeks to provide effective support for every employee at every level of the organization. What would you need from the district in order to be successful as our new Director of Finance and Operations?
So as some people may know, I already work here. So I would need right now what I'm already getting from this incredible administrative team that we have. Being available for my copious questions, support. I would need, I think, increased time with the superintendent to get me more up to speed as far as the budget. Just read this. I would certainly look at looking at some professional development, and I mean, if I could, have Jordan on speed dial, that would be great. But and certainly working with Cammie will be great. She's an incredible resource. She knows so much, but the main thing I would need is just exactly what I'm getting now is support.
There are times when the district may need to reduce expenditures in order to balance the budget. How would you manage this process?
Tough question. I would look at some of the expenditure lines and see where we could reduce. Would it be a supply line? Can we pull from other lines such as school choice that has excess in it? I mean, not that you want to continually do that, but that has excess to try to make up the difference. I would see what has been done in the past, if there has been. And unfortunately, I haven't had to do this yet, so I feel that my answer is not vacuous, but this is something I need to learn.
That's question 9. Thank you.
Sure.
The finances of a regional school district are significantly different than those of districts within a single municipality. How would you describe those differences to a new school committee member?
Sure. Yeah, those are important differences, and they can be pretty confusing sometimes. So a municipality, they take on revenue. The school committee approves the budget, and the municipality takes on the amount for the town, and they put it onto their town budget. It becomes a line in their town budget. And I believe that the municipality can change the amount that they want to pay for us, that they want to give us. A regional school district, the school committee votes on it, and then we have to, through assessments, they have to put that onto their town warrant, the amount that we give them. The other is E&D. We have to, I am blanking, my apologies, I am still a little nervous. So for E&D, we keep that. And if there is, if we're 5% over on our E&D, that excess needs to go back to the towns, and it goes towards their next year's assessments. So it's just kind of the difference of not who controls, but in the process of controlling the funds.
Great, thank you. And the last one. What would be some of the yearly goals and objectives for your first 3 months in the district?
Early goals?
What would be some of the early goals
okay.
and objectives for your first 3 months in the district?
Sure. The most important person in the position is leaving in 2 weeks. So one of my first goals would be to get up to speed while he's available as quick as possible. The other is, end of year report is coming, E&D is coming, and I would want to certainly get out to the towns and meet people. When school starts, I want to talk to students. I want to talk to our constituents and really get a pulse on what they need, basically, and work with the admin team. I would be doing, I assume, an entry plan. And so, my objective, it would just be absolutely learning. Looking at, like I said, 3 years past budgets, looking at expenditure lines, how did we get to that point?
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, Patricia just reminded me, one of the things that we had talked about is we do have some space for follow-up questions, some open-ended. If there are questions that you have for us, you can, I thought maybe so. And we can use this time to have those discussions and the questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So I guess for anybody, what are the biggest challenges you foresee for somebody in this role?
Anyone want to? Yeah.
I think I think an excellent example was set by Jordan, that being being good at communicating what these, all these figures mean. And we meet briefly, the FICOM people come in, and you have to have a lot of things at the top of your mind in order to answer these questions. And then also, a lot of us don't know a lot about school budgets, and we look at a large paper, and I thought he was excellent at just giving these impromptu explanations. And I think that the fact that you said that you're very good at communicating, and I think that's very true in my experience with you. So I think you're certainly capable. It's in your wheelhouse right there.
Thank you very much. I don't know if this is for Patricia, but how do you measure success on your team?
Yeah, I think, go ahead. Someone says, no? No, oh, no, I thought.
Steve was reaching for his mic.
No, it's not. I'm reaching for
Yeah.
maybe this way.
Yeah, oh, you're reaching, yeah. Yeah, I think that could go to either one of us, but I would say success comes from a trust.
Okay.
And that we know, especially with you, that this is new. This is your first. Feel free to stay or head on home.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And then I will be in contact with you tomorrow
Okay.
to let you know what the next steps are.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
for
Taffy.
all of your work on this district that I so love.
Thank you,
proud
Taffy.
Panther.
Taffy.
Thank you.
Yes, proud yes.
Proud Panther. Proud Panther. Yeah, you're welcome. So, let's start off with some warm feedback, right? I'll do a little, if you've ever sat through a Patricia process, we go to the warm feedback and then any cool feedback. But now's our time to kind of discuss what we liked about Taffy's interview. Does anyone want to share anything?
I liked all of it. I also especially like these reference letters. They're really impressive.
They're fantastic.
Jordan's reference is shining.
Yes.
her, and I trust Jordan's judgment.
Yeah.
Definitely, and I think because you already have such a nice rhythm and communication,
Mm-hmm.
and she's the one who reorganized all of the online content too, right? She the one who did she work on the online minutes and all those?
She does that.
Yeah.
I did the initial. She does it now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
She seems highly organized.
Raina?
So I was pleasantly surprised and to see that Taffy was the internal candidate that was being considered.
Mm-hmm.
And just to echo what I'm just impressed with her enthusiasm and her willingness to take on this new challenge. And she is in process for getting her school business administrator license. So clearly this is something that she's given serious thought to. This is not just a whim of hers. So I think that's really impressive. I like the idea that she's thinking about how to build the budget, how the budget has evolved, and that tells me she's also thinking about where it's going to go. And I think that was something that we really needed from Jordan, and he did very well. So I can see her building on that, and also. She's a very personable person, just really seems to keep sight of what the important things are. And the reason why we're here is for students, and that she seems to really have that grasp. So those are my comments so far.
Thank you. Gretchen.
All of that, and I appreciate that her early goals would be to get out to the towns and meet people and listen and hear from the students and the parents. That's hugely important.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anything else
In the warm category?
in the warm
Okay.
category? Yeah, in the warm category.
In the warm category, my impression of Taffy's performance in her current role is that she is incredibly diligent and dedicated. And I have just had, in the brief interactions we've had, I've been very impressed with her.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we've all probably taken on a role that we don't have the full scope of on entering it. But your enthusiasm, your capability, your prior performance, your ability to handle multiple different aspects of it evolving as it will very quickly. And it will be something that, for the budget that will be talked about often. There will be all kinds of questions from, the towns, from individuals, from probably you. I think she's incredibly capable.
Mm-hmm.
And I like her enthusiasm for the journey of learning that this will be for her. And I was very, very pleasantly surprised that she was the candidate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, is there any cool feedback? What are some thoughts, Gretchen? Yeah.
Let's call it lukewarm.
Lukewarm.
And nothing substantial, but worth noting. Her response to question 6 about a school principal comes to you in August with a proposal to spend $10,000,
Yeah.
as well as, I'll say,
Yeah.
she was nervous.
Yeah.
She was very nervous. And I know that Taffy is someone who thinks outside of the box. I would have preferred her response to have a little more inclusion on how could we find this savings elsewhere, and that sort of a thing. But that does not mean that I don't think she's capable of that, because I very much do. I just sort of wanted to state that for the record. And similarly with question number 8, there's times when we may need to reduce expenditures. Again, I would encourage that she, make some ideas for herself, but also ask the questions. How do you think we could save some money?
Also lukewarm, not really cool.
Yeah.
Feedback. I was just wondering, so when Jordan took this role, he had extensive experience in that role already?
No.
Oh,
No.
great.
It's his first gig.
Yeah, so I wondered if there will be, do we have a consultant that they would be able to reach out,
Yeah.
to? Like
Yeah.
Jordan maybe did?
Yeah. So, what we're looking at, and this is all through negotiations also, but we're still under financial oversight, right? So we have a financial overseer, but also looking at getting a mentor also, because she is new, right? This is a new position for her. So having the more sounding boards, more support is something that we could look at implementing.
I'll wait until after cold, if there's cold.
Yeah. Anything else? Okay, so how would I just open it up for some general discussion?
Sure. I just have a question, if I may. Patricia, she obviously wouldn't be a finalist if you didn't have a great deal of faith in her. So would you share your feedback?
Taffy is a conscientious, organized, diligent, smart colleague. She edits all my work. She comes forward with ideas. She accepts and gives feedback. She is collegial. She is personable. very astute, and she has decades of experience in public school districts in a variety of roles. Just to recap for folks at home who are watching, she has done accounts payable. She has done payroll. She is a Massachusetts certified procurement officer. She has managed a special education office. She has managed the superintendent's office, the school committee, and she has done this in places where she has had to manage multiple entities, as she mentioned, at the same time. I don't know if it was Steve or Gretchen mentioned how wonderful that someone inside the district who knows the district and knows the team and knows school committee says, I want to jump in even further.
Yeah. Volumes.
You know, it's an endorsement of you, of us, of our team, how we operate. And if I didn't make this estimation of my colleagues' performance, I would have shared that in private with the search committee very clearly. So,
Thank you.
thank you for the opportunity
Yeah,
to
of
share.
course, of course.
Yeah.
It's important.
Anything else? I think for me, Taffy, since I was on the committee through the whole, process, and even tonight, she was definitely nervous, right? And to piggyback on what so many people have said, she's choosing us, as a candidate. And I think depending on what we decide to do, we will need to call for a vote on whether we want to enter into negotiations with Taffy as a director of finance. I think we all need to remember we need to support each other too, right? And that she has got some real solid basic skills to do that. That I think with our support of her, that hopefully when she comes to the table at school committee meetings, that she will feel supported and that there's some grace on both sides, right? I didn't think twice after the reference checks on whether she would be a great candidate to move forward. And so I was proud of the process that we went through as the committee to get to this point, and making sure that if we didn't have a potential candidate to move forward, that would also have come through. And so I want you to know that also.
Thank you for the group that
And,
Yeah.
Yes,
so-
was a member.
Yes, so
Yes.
thank you very much
Yes.
to the group who helped
Yes.
shepherd this through.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
grace under pressure.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
very much appreciated.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, so I will call for a vote we're appointing. Is that appointing
You could call for a motion
Or-
to approve the candidate.
the candidate pending?
For the, pending contract negotiations.
Yeah.
Call for a motion to appoint the candidate.
Appoint the,
pending
yeah, that was,
contract negotiations to the position of director. of
yeah, that
finance.
was exactly, yeah, to appoint, because we're appointing, hiring, however, yes.
I would like to make a motion
Okay.
to appoint the candidate. Keep going.
Taffy Bassett Fox.
Pending.
Oh,
Yep.
Taffy
Pending
Bassett Fox for the
Pen-
position of Director of
Fin-
Finance and Operations.
Pending successful contract negotiations.
Pending successful contract negotiations.
Second.
Okay, so roll call.
Melissa Osborne, yes.
Stephanie Arroyo, yes.
Gretchen Calton, yes.
Stephen Martin, yes.
Raina?
Raina Dastu, yes.
Melissa Gary, yes.
Oh.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Okay. Okay.
Now may I say something?
Yeah,
Okay, my people.
this has been,
It's a tough environment out there to hire a competent school business administrator. The pools are thin, and we are in sparsely. Oh my gosh, that's so much better.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Revelation.
Power of optometry.
Wow.
$1.25 at
Is
the
this
Dollar
CVS
Tree.
or something?
$1.25 at Dollar Tree.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
really hard. Wow, okay. Wow.
They look good too.
Only world.
I didn't know how much I've been struggling. Okay. Task list for the summer months, : launching the new district website with photos provided by local parent Steph Wilkes. Couple of lines down, reinvigorating the Special Education Parent Advisory Council. And the acronym for that is CPAC, S-E-P-A-C. Updating the emergency handbook, planning for work on the prevention of childhood sexual abuse. I'll say that again, planning for work on the prevention of childhood sexual abuse. Seeking to develop a family engagement calendar. So instead of expanding the activity calendar, seeking to develop a family engagement calendar. And that is it on that page. Sorry, I really didn't know.
And there's a Dollar General on your ride home. Yeah. It's perfect.
On page, can I go to page 3? Is anyone on page 2?
No, page 3. Go
Okay,
ahead.
page 3, that top box, the last line. I believe that the last sentence should be struck. In the meantime, the current goals would stay in place.
Yeah, I think we talked about, I read that too. I think we talked about how you would still be continuing to work on the, like,
But they're not.
but they're
actually-
not your
okay, yeah,
goals.
So I would strike that.
Yeah. And then underneath, the regular school committee meeting for July 17th is at 6 o'clock. Which is fine. When I read the
Oh, yeah.
meeting, I was like, wait, am
Yeah.
I here at the wrong time? Okay. Okay, I would entertain a motion to accept the minutes as amended.
Make a motion to accept the minutes as amended.
Stephen Martin, seconding.
Perfect. Okay, Melissa?
Melissa Osborne, yes.
Stephanie Arroyo, yes.
Gretchen Calton, abstain.
Stephen Martin, yes.
Raina?
Raina Dastu, yes.
Melissa Gary, yes. Okay, thank you. All right. So, chair report. I don't have a report other than to say the August 7th meeting, just a heads up, could be a doozy. It could be a little longer. So just a heads up that we will need, make sure we have a quorum, but it's also going to be a longer meeting. So just to be prepared.
And I will seek to make sure the AC is working. I'm not kidding. I
Yeah.
put that.
I wonder,
And snacks. Snacks.
dinner. I wonder if we would think about, and I don't even know if it works for me while I say it, but I wonder if we would think about starting earlier. Is that something we can do?
We could if we so declare.
August 7th?
Mm-hmm.
What type of duration are you anticipating? Like, how long do you think the meeting might run?
2.5 to 3 hours.
You made that up.
I made that up. 2.5 to 3 hours.
Yeah, we're running an
Yeah.
hour, a little over, so I would say maybe two. I think that even if we got here for 5:30, and started on time and got some stuff out of the way potential, I don't know.
Started at 5:30, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay with that.
Sometimes the beginning can, if we get some stuff out of the way.
Pardon me, what meeting date are we discussing again?
August 7th.
5:30. I can do that.
Start time at 5:30?
That's what we're looking at. Would that be possible? Yeah? Okay, but does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right,
Okay, we'll
okay.
do that.
5:30. Okay. Superintendent report.
I wanted to provide a brief update on what has been happening, so I've put it up on the screen there. This is the same list that I brought to you as the summer was beginning. I'm just going to give you little updates. Well, first, did we talk about the canoe that was built? That's,
You talked about it.
Not after.
oh, there's
happening.
a canoe in the
After.
building, a cedar canoe. The week after school was out, we had to stop early. I wasn't helping, let me be clear. They had to stop early a couple of days. It was the week that it was super hot. But how cool to see some of our students out there on the grass under the tutelage of a master craftsperson, putting the little skinny cedar planks together and using tools to shape it. Really exciting. So it needs to be it's built, it needs to be finished, and I believe there is a plan in the works. So our new website, my goal is to have it up and running before the kids come back to school. One of our tasks was complete hiring for a director of finance and operations and early childhood coordinator. You have approved entering into negotiations with our finance person. We have done 2 rounds of searching for a new early childhood coordinator, have not yet found the right person. We will continue searching. Admin retreat. We had a really successful one-day retreat in June, and what we did that worked, we got the busy work out of the way in June. We did all the technical stuff so that our 2 days in August will be more interesting. Zevi and I have a nice draft agenda, so we're good with that. PD planning. We are looking good. We've got an outline of what will be taking place during the year to be finalized during the retreat. The early literacy screener. By state law, we need to have a screener in place. We're looking at a new one. There's a team working on that and working on improvements to our academic intervention program in the elementary grades. ESY stands for Extended School Year. That is the summer programming for students. And Melissa Peliquin. Do you want to say anything, Melissa?
No,
about
I
ESY?
just want to, well, yes.
Say something.
I have not done it previously for other reasons. And this year I just wanted to see what forgot about the mic. I'm usually loud enough without it. It is a great program. I love the fact that we have someone who I'm working with all, I think I'm allowed to say this, all special needs children that have some extra extended year in their services that we're providing, which is near and dear to my heart. And to be able to spend 3 hours a day knowing and getting to learn them and give them that little bit of support that they need to get through a summer and start next year on a good path is heartwarming to a degree I can't explain. Mm-hmm. And I say that because I had a hug today from a person that I actually work with on a regular basis during the regular school year who does not find me to be the most friendly person in the entire world because I hold boundaries. And today he told me he loved me and he hugged me. And my world changed because I got to be with him today. And I get to be with him for 2 more weeks.
Nice.
And I don't say that lightly. And I sit here. You gave me the floor. So I think we should continue to be a district that leads. Working in the summer program, I have a list of things I think we can do better, proactively, that make these children more successful. And if I hadn't taken the leap and decided to do this, I wouldn't know that. And I think it's important for the school committee to hear what is needed from people that are actually doing it. And there's not enough words that I could tell you how much it meant to this student today to get in the car with his family and know he had a great week. That is the first time I have ever seen this student voluntarily put lean into someone with such, and it didn't matter that it was me. That isn't my point. My point is I won't forget that for a long time. And it was because we met him, and we meet him every day where he needs us to meet him, not in a structured setting that we have to worry about curriculum, that we have to force feed what is happening in the classroom. And I am not saying the classroom teachers don't do excellent work. They are amazing. We are working with kids that are not the 5%ers who need more than responsive classroom. They are the 5% that are never going to be touched by a responsive classroom. And the gift that I've been given this summer to walk in every day and work with every single one of them where they're at and watch someone look at me and read a word they've never read before and do math at a level that is 5 grades over where this child is something this school committee needs to hear. So it is an amazing program. I can't wait for the next 2 weeks. I go home at night and I think about what I can bring from home to help them. And that's what we're all doing. There's 7 of us there. We think about what they need, what's not handy for them, and how can we make it better. And I have to say, I work in a building with people that do that every day. They think outside the box. They bring what they need to make sure we meet our kids where they are. And these kids are benefiting from it. And yesterday they got to go in fire trucks and ambulances and pet emotional support dogs because there was a community event, a bike rodeo, and they were flexible and they made a lot of other people smile. So it's a pretty amazing program.
Sounds like you belong there. Thank you,
Yeah,
Melissa.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you for
so
that.
much.
You're welcome. That's great. What a testimony.
Mm-hmm.
An instructional assistant handbook. Nancy Parlaclosh is leading a team working on that, and a handbook related to speech and language. CPAC, there's that acronym, Special Education Parent Advisory Council. We did receive a waiver from the state on that. And still, Mrs. Parlaclosh is working on next steps for engaging as much as possible with families. Finances, so tasks are, as you've heard, we have to close out the fiscal year, prepare for the audit, prepare for E&D and our end of year report. Jordan has already started things. As I've said before, Mrs. Lamica is willing to help the next Director of Finance and Operations complete these tasks. Safety planning, I have not started that yet. Enough abuse. We have identified a date when all staff will begin their training in the prevention of childhood sexual abuse. So that's moving along. Family engagement calendar. I believe I may share this information. We have been awarded a grant. We are part of a consortium of rural schools, districts in the area, also with Greenfield as the kind of non-rural school. Through FERCOG, we are getting 3 years worth of money. Yes, and so part of what we want to do, and that is related to, I think, opioid settlement funding. Part of what we want to do is family engagement. So we have an outline. We're going to work on that in retreat. Elementary scheduling. This is really interesting. Our elementary principals, Director of Student Services, Director of Finance and Operations, and Director of Teaching and Learning all set aside 2 days in June, 2 full days, for a scheduling summit where they focused exclusively on how are we scheduling in the elementary buildings to meet student needs. This is the kind of nitty-gritty work that combines the nitty-gritty with high-level thinking, with our values, and they came out with super products. So that was exciting. Prep for opening days, we've started that. MSBA, you've got a memo in your packets tonight about taking the next step. Student handbooks, we are in the midst of revising them, and we have a policy meeting next week to bring the initial changes to them for review. SOA, Student Opportunity Act reporting. The report is in. Thank you, Zevi Steinitz. Title I reporting. That report is in. Thank you, Zevi Steinitz. And our annual report. I don't know what that annual report is.
The towns?
Oh, to the towns. No, we have to do that. That one is still to be done. So we're moving along.
You know, a pretty slow summer.
Yes, seriously. Thank you.
It's a lot of work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next are the financial reports.
I am not Jordan. So I'm not going to go through everything. He's got a nice, clean, where we are, how much over, how much under. I do want to, if it's okay, turn to the second page of the yellow sheet. I asked Jordan to prepare this table. You have heard about cuts to funding at the federal level, the possible dismantling of the Federal Department of Education. The states received notification from the federal government that certain funds were being withheld, even though they had already been approved. So I asked him to go through the list of funds that might be withheld, are being withheld, and sort of where are we. So you can see Medicaid in FY25, we had $41,500 of funding. This year we're projecting $40,000, and we don't know what the impact will be yet on the on cuts to Medicaid, to our funding. Title I, we believe our funding is in place and that it's consistent with prior years. Title II, and these are called entitlement grants, which means they're not competitive. It's federal money, frequently administered or always administered by the states. Title II, same, that's our anticipated funding, $13,500. Although Desi is saying, make plans. Same with Title IV, not huge amounts, but $10,000. Desi is saying, make plans. Rural aid, $360,000. Now, we budgeted $360,000, but this is so disappointing. After all of the advocacy, all of the kids speaking, all of the kids making slideshows, wearing of the T-shirts, they cut it by 25%. I am greatly disappointed in the leadership of the state for not recognizing that our rural districts need more. So that is significant. That is approximately $90,000 in cuts, so we have to figure that out. And circuit breaker. The initial allocation of $306,000 was increased by supplemental funding to a total of $353,000. That's terrific. So that is where we stand, and we will continue to share information with you. I did want to point out those bullet points again. I asked him to put this one in, the second bullet point. We have been searching for ways to cut costs, and I asked Jordan to scrutinize the bus routes, and he did. And he came up with we could cut one bus, and this is what and we literally went through what the shortest ride would be for the kid, who got on last, the longest ride for the kid who got on in the morning, the afternoon. We looked at everything. He spent quite some time on it. It would have saved us, how much did he put there? 90,000. And it was my estimation that the rides, I don't want that many kids riding for 50 minutes. I share this with you so that you know we are looking everywhere we can for ways to contain costs. And I would request that we leave it to Jordan. He will be here for the August 7th meeting to answer more questions. Fair enough? Great, thank you.
Okay. Oops. All right. So first of new business is the Vernon tuition contract.
Yes, this is a simple one. You approved a Vernon tuition contract. Vernon came back and said, look, instead of doing 75 with the balance on November 1st, 75%, could we do 50% on November 1st with the balance due on June 1st? Jordan has advised that there really is no issue for the district to do that. So we are requesting consideration of approval to change the contract.
So I would accept a motion.
Stephen Martin, I'd like to make a motion to approve the updated Vernon tuition agreement as presented.
Gretchen Kelton, second.
Discussion? Okay. Melissa?
Melissa Osborne, yes.
Stephanie Arroyo, yes.
Gretchen Kelton, yes.
Stephen Martin, yes.
Raina?
Raina Dastu, yes.
Melissa Gary, yes.
Thank you. And this is a good moment to note we had a brand new Vernon enrollment today.
Nice.
Yet another one. That's great.
Nice. So the MASC joint conference in November. So everyone should have gotten the little postcard in the mail or from Taffy for you. This is the joint conference between the superintendents and school committee members. It's November 12th through the 14th. If you are interested in going, we would welcome you. I am planning on going. There is a budget line for school committee members to go. I asked Jordan about how many could go, and he said about 4. So your hotel stay would be reimbursed, mileage, things like that. If you are interested, I would suggest that you reserve your hotel room ASAP. And if you could just let me know via email if you're planning on going, that's helpful for us to plan, because we like to plan a dinner out and but yeah, check in with me if you want to go, because they ask you when you want meals, and there's certain meals that we get, and then there's other meals that we say, we'll go out to dinner together. So if you're interested, let me know. We can
Excuse me.
we can
thank
talk
you.
about that. Okay. But wanted to mention that. Next is the donation of expiring food.
This is a request from Director of Food Services, Cheryl Brown. There are some Ritz crackers, chips, granola, and cereal that will expire before the beginning of school. And so we would like to donate those to the rec programs in the 2 towns. Each town would receive $133.25 worth of Ritz crackers and other food items.
I would like to make a motion to approve the donation of the listed items above to the Northfield Summer Camp and the Bernardston Summer Camp.
I would second that motion.
And that was Gretchen who did that.
All right. Any discussion?
That's awesome.
Okay. Melissa?
Melissa Osborne, yes.
Stephanie Arroyo, yes.
Gretchen Kelton, yes.
Stephen Martin, yes.
Raina?
Raina Dastu, yes.
Melissa Gary, yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's great.
Continuing on disposal, but in a different way. Disposal of
you. That's a good invite.
surplus property.
So, in my home, there are places that are not as neat and tidy as I would like. And sometimes there can be a pile of stuff that sits for months. And in my heart, in my mind's eye, I think of those as nodes of blocked energy. They are places that they are like this. They are inhibiting the free flow of my family's energy in the home. Well, same thing happens in our workplaces, doesn't it? Principal Sarah Burstein at BES is tackling those nodes of knotted up energy. She is cleaning things out. She has gone through so many books. She is requesting permission to dispose of just over 500 books. Many of them are professional texts that are outdated. Many of them are student texts that are very outdated. You had access to a link, Gesundheit, in the memo with an actual list of all the titles, publishers, etc. Zevi Steinitz went over and had a look with Sarah. I reviewed the list. There were a few that I said, let's keep one of those. That's actually a good book. We don't need all of them, but one each. So we would be requesting permission to dispose of those texts.
Would anyone like to make a motion?
Make a motion to approve the disposal of surplus property from BES as presented.
I'll second the motion.
Discussion?
Just a quick question. None of these are books that we would want to donate for reading. Like it sounds like they're all.
These are not good trade books
okay,
for
good,
kids.
good. Thank you.
Thank you for the question.
Yeah.
Okay, Melissa?
Melissa Osborne, yes.
Stephanie Arroyo, yes.
Gretchen Kelton, yes.
Stephen Martin, yes.
Raina Dastu, yes.
Melissa Gary, yes. Okay, off
you.
they go.
We have a request for, a request for approval to accept generous donations from the Abigail Stratton Trust. The trust has offered to donate $500 to support the purchase of library books at NES and $500 to support the purchase of musical instruments for the NES band.
Lovely.
motion? Oh, Raina? You're on mute.
I just had a question about, so these are specifically for NES. Is there a need at BES as well in terms of equity?
I'm sure there is always a need for more books and more instruments. And I am unfortunately not certain why the Abigail Stratton Trust hoped to donate specifically to Northfield Elementary School, and I can research that. I don't know why.
Yeah, I was just curious.
That's what I thought. This is an annual. Yeah.
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 Wonder
Oh, no, please.
I wonder if they're from Northfield.
They are. The
Yeah, one would
address,
assume, yeah.
the address is in Northfield, the trust fund, so.
Who was Abigail Stratton? Can I ask that?
Looking it up right now.
Oh,
Okay.
just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Is there a way to pair this with some sort of plan to award similar funding from a budget, if available, to BES for?
Ooh. Indeed, they are. I happen to know someone on that committee.
He's a nice guy, isn't
He's
he?
a pretty great guy.
All for equity.
They're very generous. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm all for equity. And also, I feel that if an organization or a trust is specifically wanting to donate to that one school, I feel like it can be, I would like to honor that.
Yes,
Instead of splitting it up among the schools.
for sure.
Okay, I would accept a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the donations as presented and deposit the money in the special donations fund.
I'll second the motion.
And we did have some discussion. Is there any further discussion?
Oh, that we could thank them for that
Yes,
very
thank
kind
you.
Yes, they will
contribution.
get
We
it.
should
And
find out
encourage-
about
encourage
Abigail.
our family.
I
Yeah.
just made a note. I'm going to find out about the
Yeah.
Abigail
Thank you.
Stratton
It's
Trust,
very
and I will
nice.
share
Thank you
that
very much.
information.
That's great.
Truly.
Okay, Melissa?
Melissa Osborne, yes.
Stephanie Arroyo, yes.
Gretchen Kelton, yes.
With thanks, Stephen Martin.
Raina Dasser, yes.
Melissa Gary, yes. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Lynette will be thrilled.
I have a question. Can I actually reach out to Kiwanis myself, or is that something that has to go through you?
I would say it would be a school committee thing. Let me think on that and get back to you,
Great.
please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you. Okay. MSBA Building Committee membership.
Do you want to
Do
do
you-
this? You want me to-
Sure. So, as part of the MSBA process, there needs to be a school building committee. So the committee oversees the process of the MSBA. And so there's no like meetings that are happening right away, but it is a committee that oversees the whole thing. So as part of the governance subcommittee, Raina, myself, and Patricia got together and brainstormed some people that would be possibly interested in joining this committee. If you wait a minute, am I on the right?
There is a mistake in the title of that memo. It should say School Building Committee, not.
School building committee.
Yeah,
Okay.
I apologize for that. We'll
that's
fix
okay.
this before it goes into the packet online. The title of the memo is currently Initial Compliance Certification. That's incorrect. It should say School Building Committee.
Okay. So the timeline is attached. And then the members of the committee are on the back. And this needs to be approved. So if there are other school committee members that would like to be part of this, you are welcome to join. The requirement is that there was a minimum of one. Raina and I both have offered to be part of this.
Is this typically during the day?
It would probably be in the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't.
I wonder if it would be
The-
helpful to note the folks from
Yep.
outside the district who
Sure.
have agreed to serve.
Sure. So, so people who have agreed to serve, the school building member. The other thing is when anything changes, we just have to let the who's the overseer, the MSBA, right, of a change. So, for example, Jordan Burns is listed, who is certified for the MCPPO, which is the procurement. It just so happens that Taffy is also certified in procurement. And so I would anticipate that in his position, pending successful contract negotiations, Taffy would actually fill that role. The chief executive officer is Patricia, and that comes directly from the guideline. There's like a FAQ that said, who should fill this position? And this position was like superintendent. So some of these were just kind of by default. The administrator or manager, Karen Kelly from Bernardston, has offered to participate. School committee members, myself and Raina. Superintendent of schools, Patricia. The local official responsible for building maintenance is Gretchen.
Not me.
No, Gretchen Licata. The representative of representative.
Yep.
Is that the of office authorized by law to construct school buildings is me. School principal Chrissy Schreiber. Member knowledgeable in educational mission and function of facility Patricia Kinsella. Local budget official or member of the local finance committee Ginger Robinson from
Nice.
Leiden.
Mhm.
Members of the community with architecture, engineering, and or construction experience, Scott DeGeorge
Nice.
from DeGeorge Builders in Bernardston. And then we can have other people if we provided a brief background info and expertise. We did not include anyone. Any questions about this?
Nope.
Just thanks again to the community members for doing this work, and
Yeah.
Scott
Yeah.
and George know him well, and we're very lucky to
Strong
have his
team.
help. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I would entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the school building committee as presented.
Thank you.
I'll second the motion.
Okay. Melissa?
Melissa Osborne, yes.
Stephanie Arroyo, yes.
Gretchen Kelton, yes.
Stephen Martin, yes.
Go ahead, Raina.
Raina Jastu, yes.
Melissa Gary, yes.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. And the annual report.
This is an annual notification we need to provide to the state and to the school committee. You saw this last year. In this report, we let the state know whether we have a school resource officer, and we let them know the amount of money we spend on personnel whose focus is the social emotional learning and health of our students. So we currently support 3 school adjustment counselors, 2 school psychologists, 2 school counselors, 2 elementary behaviorists, and 1 board certified behavior analyst, for a total of $694,881. We do not have a school resource officer. And I note that for the second year, our staffing ratios far exceed those recommended by national organizations. For example, the American School Counselor Association recommends a ratio of 1 counselor to every 250 students, and ours is 1 counselor per 121 students.
Thank you.
And similarly with school psychologists, the recommended ratio is 1 psychologist for 500 students. And our ratio is 1 to 292
Beautiful.
students, which also far exceeds the state average.
Beautiful.
So no, there's no action needed.
Yeah.
I appreciate no action needed, and as someone who works with child mental health directly, just want to appreciate thanking both the district and the towns for supporting these incredible professionals and assets
Yes.
for the community. It turns out that schools are the main source of mental health support for children in the United States, and you can do it poorly, or you can do it well, and I'm very grateful that we do it as well as we can. Thank you.
May I ask a question about the numbers, just so I have some clarity?
I see you, Raina.
On the first bullet at the bottom, it says the district's ratio is twice as good at 1/121. Is that at a specific school, or is that the number of children that
District-wide.
actually receive services?
No, that's the ratio of students. So they recommend that there be one school counselor for every 250 students in a school or
Okay.
a district.
So you're taking the combination of the entire district and breaking it out by 3?
That's how the ratio
Okay,
works.
just
Yes.
wanted to
Yep.
understand how you receive those numbers.
Yep.
Raina?
So, yeah, I want to just echo Steve's comments about just being grateful that we are exceeding those ratios, to support our students. I think those ratios are, I can't imagine how you could provide services to students with those kinds of ratios.
Yeah.
And I also, just a little plug that I think that the school nurses also probably provide a lot of mental health support.
Yes.
And social and behavioral, and just adding that to the calculation of how we support our students.
Thanks. Okay, good. Personnel update.
Okay. On the personnel update, you will see that there have been has been a section reduced at BES, and that is a function of how many kids are in the building. There was a position reduced, a physical education teacher. We simply do not need the number of elementary specialists that we have had on staff. We hate saying goodbye to people, and we need to remain fiscally responsible to our towns. There was, at NES, a position reduced for an instructional assistant. We are interviewing for a special education teacher at NES, interviewing up here at Pioneer for a special education teacher, a position reduced up here for an instructional assistant. We will have a new BCBA on staff. Board certified behavior analyst.
Nice.
Yes. And in central office, we are interviewing for an early childhood coordinator. We have been interviewing for a coordinated family and community engagement coordinator. And you just interviewed for the director of finance and operations position.
Thank you. Okay, other business not anticipated. Usually I don't have anything here. I have 2 items that have come to us in the last, let's say 48 hours. So the first one is I got a call early this morning from Patricia, notifying us that the Hampshire County Group Insurance Trust is most likely going to be increasing again their insurance costs by 10% around October 1st. So that means they just did what was it, the 18 to 20%?
18 and 20% as of
They
July
just-
1.
Yep, as of July 1, there was just an 18 to 20% increase. And they just informed us that there's an additional 10% that is going to be happening by October 1st. So I just wanted to let the committee know that our administrative team is on it. We are aware of it. I want to let the staff know that we are on it and we are aware of it, because it will be hitting the newspapers soon. And then just for your information, Patricia put together these this list, the member units who are part of this Hampshire County Group Insurance Trust. Yep. I just think it's interesting to look
Thank
at
you.
who is part of this trust. So it is not, so if you look on the right-hand side in the school districts, so there are 4, 8, 9 school districts that are going to be affected by this. Regionals.
There are many
Yep, regionals.
towns.
And then towns. So not only is this affecting regional school districts, it's affecting fire, police. It is affecting 69 member units of this increase. So we are not alone. And you've reached.
I just sent an email to Mary Bork, the fabulous director of the Massachusetts Association of School Superintendents. My guess is she's already heard, but I did want her to see what this looks like for Western Mass. I have reached out to most of the superintendents on here with whom I have some relationship to say, hey, listen, it looks like we're all going to be hit with this. How about we start talking now about how districts are managing this? Jordan has been emailing with me from China about this. We'll figure it out. I don't mean it's easy, but we're going to figure this out like we figure out everything.
Yeah. Yep.
I remember, on the budget subcommittee when we waited last year to find out what the increase would be, and we had all these thoughts of what it might be, and it was larger.
Yeah.
and that's the environment we're in, right? We hear that across the board. But is it normal to have these increases come in these increments? Because that's when I thought we were going to find out our increases, and it was last October, I think.
I believe that the HCGIT, Hampshire County Group Insurance Trust, has not had a mid-year increase since 2002.
Yeah, I thought
That's my understanding from the documents I reviewed today.
Yep. Stephen?
Thank you. And thank you for responding so well to this. Being in healthcare myself, I've just incredibly the giant sucking sound that healthcare applies to other aspects of life is before the state and has been referred to correctly as an existential problem for the state. And I'm fortunate to be on the primary care task force for the state.
Nice.
Because primary care reduces costs and improves quality. And if there were something from the district or from the Hampshire County group of just explaining or just putting down, by the way, our costs have gone up in the aggregate this much year over year, and here will be the effects to these 69 member units and what they'll have to contend with. It would be very helpful to the task force to have just something bear witness to the fact that this is not coming without some sort of cost.
I will email you, Steve.
Is that okay?
And,
Yeah.
and you can give me some more guidance.
Please, and it doesn't
We'll
have to
produce
be
something and-
nothing.
But that's why
intricate.
so what you're saying is why I reached out to my colleagues in other districts, because there must be a role for superintendents to raise the alarm, to make sure that this doesn't happen. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be in the media, but I'll email you and you can help me.
That's great.
How's that?
That's great.
Raina. And then Melissa. Raina?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you can answer this question or not, but did they give any indication of why they're having an additional hike on top of one that was pretty significant?
Yeah, I read, so the meeting, if I'm right, the meeting was the 16th, which is yesterday. So there's no minutes from the meeting. I didn't attend the meeting. I heard about it after. And Suzanne Jason, thank you, in our benefits office was right on top of this. My understanding is that it's about prescription costs. I am perplexed because they cut the new weight loss medications from the formulary as of July 1, and then they made everybody on July 1 go to one type. The pharmacy benefits manager for Caremark tossed tirzepatide. Everybody's got to do the other one. And I think even that one is going to be canned for weight loss either in the fall or January 1. So I am perplexed as to why, if though, I don't know, Raina. But everything seemed to be about prescription medications.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was just curious. I mean, it's a complex problem and there are no easy answers, so.
Melissa, did you have something?
That was my same.
That was it. Same question.
There's a lot of healthcare at this table.
Yeah.
Sure is.
We're not necessarily seeing increased prescription costs in my field of healthcare. We're seeing better programs for people. So I'm not sure is that their only reason why? Did they give like a better transparency about why?
I
they
don't
went
know.
up so
I
quickly?
can't. I cannot say. I don't want to.
Thank you for reaching out and considering the network of superintendents to be those who would be accountable for an explanation. That's probably a novel concept because this hasn't happened mid-year for so long.
So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. That happened this morning.
Thanks.
Did not make the agenda.
It's terrible.
Yesterday afternoon, I received a email from Jane Dutcher in response to the 3-town committee. I'm sharing the letter that she sent to us. In essence, they have submitted to us what they are calling a final draft of the district school committee district agreement. There are substantial changes in it that I noted. One of them is the complete change in how our school committee is made up. They changed it from equal numbers of people from towns to having that based on population, changing when our elections are going to be, and so forth. It is not a red line version, so it was very hard for me to track anything. So I'm going to reply back to Jane requesting that a red line version be submitted back to us.
Yes, could the red line version also include the rationale for their changes?
Yeah, I can absolutely add that to the email. I mean, from my quick overview is it looks like they went through and re-edited the entire document that was submitted to them. And so
Didn't we already go over all of those items multiple times?
yes,
Like multiple times
yes,
with that? Yeah. So
yes.
that's strange. Little
Yes.
late for that. I feel like.
Yes. So I, the word that came to me yesterday when I got the email was I'm just exasperated. We've worked so hard in this process, and I thought we were at a very different point. And so now we have a new document in front of us. They are requesting that once we have an opportunity to review, that we send it to the lawyers and that we meet with them at the Bernardston Senior Center. And so this is going to take time for us. Yes, Stephen.
I'm sorry,
That's okay.
I repeat myself.
Yeah.
It would be very helpful
Yeah.
and I think collegial and in partnership if they gave us written rationale for each
Yeah.
of the changes.
Yeah.
So that we don't have a whole meeting trying to
Yeah.
figure out why things were done the way that they were done.
That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
It's just good form
Yeah.
at this point to say we made this change for this reason.
Yeah.
this change
I
for
like
this
that.
reason. I think
We could
that's
share
a
the
good
template
standard.
that we used multiple times to explain the school committee's rationale.
Well, I don't
for
think we.
changes.
I think we.
Yeah.
I think we acted in good faith
Yeah.
over
Yes.
the course of quite a few interactions, and now we're getting back something that's like a 13th inning, like
Yep.
what happened here.
Yeah.
And so, why so many changes? And just please
Yeah.
explain each of them. Thank you.
Yep. I have looked for minutes on their meetings. I have not found anything posted because I've tried to grasp and see exactly what you're talking about.
Should be in writing.
To have some writing of all of their minutes. There is nothing posted. So I don't have data. This is the first communication I have had in months. So I wanted to share this with you. Typically how we handle this is I would kick it back to the district agreement subcommittee. They would then review, the rationales and everything, and then it comes back to the full school committee.
I'm sorry.
That's
Our
okay.
group has done so much important work on this.
Yes.
In good faith, that I would not want my colleagues in the committee to to have to spend time parsing
Yes.
who knows what the reasons were.
Yes.
They should be in writing.
Yes.
And they should accompany a red line document.
Yes.
Full
Yes.
stop.
Yep. Yep. So I will include that in my email back
Thank you.
back to her,
Thank you.
and see where that lands us. But this is I will forward the email to the entire committee, so you can also see the draft that was presented to us. Yeah.
I think that it was probably a large effort to get together and do this for the
Mhm.
3 towns.
Yeah.
I think it was probably far more than what was sent,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because that happens in all of our meetings, right? There's
Yeah.
a bunch of discussion, and we move forward each time we communicate. We move forward towards this, and I think we're all learning about the things that are possible and not possible. There are certainly things that we would love to have in that agreement that are not compliant with the law, that are not compliant with the ruling, governing bodies. So thank you, Jane, for sending this. I think it's wonderful that they reached out and had the time to take the meeting, and I see us moving forward on this. That's wonderful. Yes. And thank you for your time, everyone's time on that.
Thank you. Okay, so those are the 2 things that I had for other business. We have upcoming meetings. There's 2 policy subcommittee meetings coming up. Tuesday, July 22nd at 5:30, and another one on August 5th at 6 o'clock. Our next school committee meeting is Thursday at 5:30, as we discussed at the beginning of this meeting. So I would entertain yes, sorry.
Can I make a comment?
Yeah.
It's not really business, but I just want to say something. So it's crazy how time goes so quickly. And as we were reviewing the June 12th minutes, I was like, why wasn't I here that night? And then it occurred to me it was because it was BES's 6th grade graduation. And I just wanted to say that it was such a beautiful ceremony. It was lovely, lovely. I mean, you were there. It was just wonderful. And so I just want to say thank you.
I have a question. We had a text going about 813 for a policy or for
Just
a
hasn't been
subcommittee.
posted yet.
Which committee is that?
That is collective bargaining and personnel.
Mhm. Okay. Yes, at the end of the meeting. Yep. Okay, so I would entertain a motion to go into executive session.
I'll make a motion to go into executive session.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yep.
Sorry.
Ready to read it?
Oh,
Do you need my glasses?
I'll make a motion to go into executive session to conduct strategy sessions in preparation for negotiations with non-union personnel, Director of Finance and Operations,
And not to return to open session.
and not to return to open session.
I'll second that motion.
And there's more. So you need to cite the law. We need to, in accordance, here's how you would do it. The MGL is for Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A2. So in accordance with.
Okay. I would like to make a motion to go into executive session in accordance with Mass General Law,
Chapter.
Chapter 30A, Section 21A2, to conduct strategy sessions in preparation for negotiations with non-union personnel, Director of Finance and Operations.
And then read the second part too, because there's a second piece of this.
Where?
There's not
There's
minutes?
There's no minutes.
I'm reading the wrong thing.
And not to return to open session.
You're on the agenda.
Good thing it was the same thing.
Okay. Do we have a second?
Oh, I'll second the motion.
Okay. So, Melissa?
Melissa Osborne, yes.
Stephanie Royo, yes.
Gretchen Kelton, yes.
Stephen Martin, yes.
Rena?
Rita Dastu, yes.
And Melissa Gary, yes. Okay. Thank you. Okay.